Let me take off my glasses. Hi, everybody. It's Wednesday, and here we are talking about getting ready for the national championship of college football next Monday. Gonna be great, gonna be exciting. So happy to do it. Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Archer Football Podcast College Edition. You've got me, Sonia. You've got Michelle. Look at me, I remembered to point the right way. Um, the sports jinx on Twitter. And then, unfortunately, Kate could not be here, had to do some family stuff, and that's okay. Um, her Buckeyes aren't in it anyway, so it's okay.
Oh wow.
Um, Look, I had to get in a dig. I have been so good. I took my L's with Sharon Moore. I did all that. Let me have one dig. Oh
Forgot
goodness.
about the Ohio State Michigan thing. Go ahead.
Always. It's always about that. As a matter of fact, was it last year? I don't know. I was driving around and I was going to pick up my kid and I was waiting for her to come out and somebody tapped on my window and I was like, "Who is this?" And I rolled down my window and he was like, yeah, you just hit some roadkill. I was like, "What are you talking about? I ain't hit anything." He was like, "No, you got that Michigan tag on the front of your car." I was like, "Oh my God, for real?" And then he jumped and ran off. Go Bucks! I was like, "Blue, get away from me."
I love it.
College forever, y'all. College forever.
I
Um, as always, if you guys are watching over on Twitter, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Blue Sky, wherever you're watching, head over to YouTube so that you can join our chat. We've got our regulars here as always. Kristen is here. We love Kristen. Hey, Kristen. But join us and get in and ask questions, give your opinion. We love to hear it. Y'all, um, big game on Monday. Big game on Monday. Michelle, are you ready for this game on Monday?
man, oh man. I told you guys last week, all of us are Michael Irvin. So if I could be him, I'm pumped up. So yes, I'm ready for the game. I'm excited at the game. I'm excited that I'll be at the game. And yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to do. I'm nervous. I was nervous the last game for some reason. I was nervous all day. And then you know then it happened. Then we did what we needed to do. But I feel good this one. I feel good about it. It's always good to be the underdog because it gives you something to strive for, and I think the guys will be pumped up. Nobody's kind of giving them a chance after watching Indiana destroy Oregon
My God,
last
did
week.
they?
So and when you look at what Indiana's been doing, everybody has a right to think that they will destroy whoever is in front of them because that's basically what they've done all season. So
Hmm.
that's why they're undefeated. That's why they're 15-0, baby.
That's why they're 15-0, and that's why it's going to be a great game. They're a well disciplined team, they're a well coached team. It's wild how good they are. But Miami is good too, and I think they can hang with them. I mean, it's not like Indiana doesn't have any weak spots. You see, way back when it took them to the last play to beat Penn State. Now, were they kind of playing down to their opponent? Maybe a little bit, but it did take them to close to the end to beat Penn State. So it could be done. It could be done. What
It's
do you think?
possible. They're a
Hmm.
strong team, and they typically start out slow. Although they didn't last week. The only play of the game that I saw against Oregon was the first play of the game, and then I went and I went to bed. I fell asleep. I saw them intercept the ball on the first pass and run it back. Typically, Indiana in the second half is when if they start out slow, I mean they just kill you in the second half.
Hmm.
But they don't look like they have any weaknesses. They're tough against the pass. I mean, they're tough against run. I guess you would say the passing game, maybe. That's where that may be one of their weaknesses. They don't allow about 11 points a game. They're like second in the nation and what run defense or something like that. Scoring, actually, they score a lot of points. So you look at them
Hmm.
and you don't think they have any defense, any inefficiencies. Everybody's talking about the stars and how many players and all of that they play. It don't matter. Um, I just know that with their quarterback Mendoza, who keeps the wheels rolling, and the running backs. I mean, I look at number one. I go by the numbers, and I'm like, these
Yes,
guys are good.
exactly.
I've admired them all season. I always talked about, nobody's watching Indiana. I've been watching them every week. They're killing people. Um, they're fast. They have almost what Miami has. Miami has, names that for Miami, it's gonna be just like it was the last games. Their defensive line and their offensive line has to control the game. The offensive line has to continue to keep Carson Beck standing straight up, where he doesn't have to roll out. He doesn't have to make passes on the run. He doesn't have to, make quick decisions. He's been doing a great job, but they've given him a lot of time to do that. And he's made the right decision. So I got to give him kudos to that. Although he's not our favorite, but you got to give it to him. But the running game, we know that we can run the ball.
Hmm.
Indiana doesn't allow a lot of run. They're tough against the run, but Miami has to stay patient. The offensive coordinator has to stay patient. He has to stay patient. He can't turn the game into Carson Beck versus Mendoza. We're gonna lose that battle.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta stay patient, gotta be ready. And strike when you can. Like you said, being patient, I think, is going to be the biggest key to this game. Now, Kristen, like you said, she's very excited for you. I am too. You're gonna be there. That's gonna be so much like I can only imagine how much fun that's gonna be. So much fun. But then she also asks, who is the favorite? Well, right now, looking at ESPN, Miami is, or I'm sorry, Indiana is favored. Now, it's 68.3%. I am not good at odds and all that other stuff and, spreads and the things like that. I don't bet because I don't trust people. But right now, it seems that Indiana is the favorite to win. Does that mean that Miami has zero chance? Not at all. Not at all. But they're the favorites.
Yeah,
But you also have to
seven
factor.
and a half points spread. So
Okay, so they predict it's going to be close, right? That's what that means. Yeah, I'm serious. I do not know anything about gambling. Um, but
36% of the people think Miami will win, and
hey, you never know.
that's why you play the game. That's why you play the game.
Exactly. It is
Because
why
if
you
you
play
looked
the
at
game.
paper, Miami would win, right? You can't
Hmm.
go by the paper. So that's why you play the game.
That is why you play the game. And I think the other factor is that it's a home game for Miami, right? It's literally a home game for Miami. Now, Indiana folks have been traveling well, but it's a home game for Miami.
It
And
may
I
not look
think
that like that when the stadium comes, though. The ticket prices have been $5,000 and $4,000. I don't know what the people who are in the stadium. I don't know where they're going to come from, but those ticket prices are extremely expensive, and the Miami people are going to try to get there. But man, I don't. Those resale tickets were crazy. I saw
insane.
$8,000, and they were like, "This is a good deal." I'm like, "Good deal for what?"
A good deal for who? Oh my gosh. Hang on, I'm gonna look up my spot here. Vivid Seats, you guys, and this is not like a promotion or an ad or anything like that, but Vivid Seats usually has pretty cheap tickets. I doubt that this is going to be a cheap thing, so hang on. I'm just looking because I can. Um, but I think will we see Coach Signetti smile if they win?
Yeah, I've seen him smile before, but it was a slight smile. Um, I think he will definitely give a smile if they win. I mean, he probably even has a dance in his back pocket that because I'm pretty sure those players have asked him, because he's always so stoic, asked him to do something if they win this game. So he might just bust out with a nay nay or something. Who knows what he might do?
Oh my gosh, not the name. That would be hilarious if he did that.
Oh,
Oh my
Jesus.
gosh. Oh my gosh. And I bet you he's gonna
And
run
God
through the
forbid, in Miami wins, you already know what's going to happen. First of all, we're going to see all the old Canes. We're going to see more of them than anything. They're going
hmm
to be there. And it's in Miami, we're going to see everybody.
Y'all all gonna be
We'll
out
see
there.
Rick Ross and two live crew. I mean, Luke Campbell and Trick
Luke
Daddy and,
Campbell,
you
Trick
know,
Hit,
uh,
all of
the
them.
other guy,
Oh my gosh.
all of them. They'll be there.
Oh, it's gonna be a party. Don't let y'all win because it's gonna be a party. And Michelle's gonna be in the mix. She knows that she's not gonna say it, but she's gonna be in the mix. So
I'm
if
going to be
y'all
right
see
in the
her
mix.
on if you see her on TikTok, if you see her on Instagram Reels, read it.
If they show somebody jumping out the stands and running on the field, it might be me.
Oh goodness, where's Lisa when you need her?
I
Need her to
know.
pop in here and see where she's gonna be there. But no, the other night we were talking, she was like, "What do I wear?" We said, "Lisa, wear the same thing that you've been wearing every single time. Is that you don't mess with success."
That's what she
I
told me to do. Although I did wear something different, but it still said you. It was still the you on there.
well, yeah, I expect you to wear like a giant you, like just
I
if you
had
see a
something specially made. I went and got something specially made today, not knowing that I was getting in the game, but at the time, but I had something specially made for just to be there if I was going to be outside or at the sports bar. I was going to have it, so I'm ready.
Oh my gosh, y'all. I can't wait. This is going to be so much fun. This is going to be so much fun. And I
You know, my
picture a
teams
party
have
and
put me in the drought. So it's been like what 25 years or so since Miami's been in the championship. And we're not gonna talk about my team with the star, but you know, all my teams are like in the same boat. So I'm just excited. And so maybe
you
this might
think
also break the curse from my other team. If the Hurricanes come back, maybe, who knows?
you think Jimmy Johnson will be there?
Oh, he's gonna be there. Absolutely. Jimmy is the you.
He is the you. He got
Jimmy,
the you
all of our
going.
coaches need to be, our ex coaches need to be there.
All of them? You sure all of them?
We don't, at this moment, we forgive everybody. So everybody come on.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, that is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. I mean, I got nothing really else to say about them. It's just that, and Indiana fans, I want y'all to come to the show just so we could chat, just because how exciting though is this for you all? Because this team came out of nowhere. Like y'all, I gotta double check this, but I heard that they had like the most losses in a long, like a record for the most losses, and here they are now competing for a national championship.
And
Wild.
it's like it started last year because they were pretty good last year. And
hmm
they were able to get into, and they lost and everybody was like, see, this is what I'm talking, but they came back stronger. Man, did they come back with a vengeance.
They did. They have a chip on their
And I
shoulder.
liked them last year. And if I recall in the beginning, we talked about who would be the surprise team to make it.
hmm
And I said Indiana. I'm like, and I think I picked Indiana just because I'm like, because nobody thinks they should be in here. It was like, who would be the surprise team to make it all the way? This was like early in the season. This was like early when we were just looking at
Yeah,
the tokens. It's like, well, why not Indiana? Because nobody thinks they're going to be there anyway.
I did not. I did not think that they were going to be there. Hang on, Kristen. Kristen asks, because again, she asks the best questions. What was their rank at the beginning of the season? And I am trying to
I think
find
they
that
were in the
for
top
you.
10 because they had a pretty good season the previous year, or they definitely was in the top 25.
They were ranked 23 preseason.
Yeah.
They were ranked 23. They were ahead of Louisville and Iowa, but behind like South Carolina, Florida, all of them, behind
Mhm.
everybody.
And they kept beating them, and they just knocked them down.
Right.
Yep.
SMU, yeah, just knocking him down. And so I just can't imagine how cool this is for them and how much fun this is for them. And I think I saw one of them, a couple of them at the airport when we were taking Heather back to LSU. And they were just so elated. They're just so happy. And I love that for them. And I hope that, they at least have a very good showing in Miami. And I think
Oh,
they
I
will.
think they'll have a very good showing. I think they may have most of the stadium. I think they're gonna have an extremely good showing. I think so.
Mhm.
When you have a team that's when someone says Indiana, the only thing we think about is basketball.
Literally.
So you have a football team. This is like I mean this is Super Bowl for them. This is it. They're
Mhm,
gonna be. I think they're gonna probably have the majority of the stadium, even though it's the game is in Miami. I'm just as ticket,
mhm.
Um, yeah, I have no doubt. I mean, I
Yeah,
looked at the stadium. They played Oregon. I didn't see any Oregon fans. I know they were there, but you couldn't
they
tell.
were there.
Yeah,
You
when
could
they
not.
panned the stadium, you couldn't tell.
All
All
you
you
saw
saw
was
was
red.
yep, red, a
That
sea of red,
dark
whatever
red.
color that is. That's all you saw.
Yes, that is exactly all you saw. And then, yeah, so I bet you Mark Cuban paid a lot of money for tickets and to get people there too. Somehow in his back channel philanthropy ways, got some people there too. So
I
that's
wish
good for
I was
him.
one of his friends. Could have got
Huh?
my whole crew in there. I said if I,
Yeah.
yeah, you know,
He probably did like bought up at least two sections. He could do that, like, and not even think about
it had to be someone like that because of the
it. Mhm.
prices that they were selling those tickets for.
Exactly, exactly. Has to be. So it's
Yeah,
gonna
because
be
Indiana was 11-2 last year, so and they were eight and
oh,
one
they
in the
were
conference.
very good.
Yeah, they were very
Mhm.
good last year.
So, yep, it's gonna be a great game, and I am excited for that game and for Michelle because you're gonna be there, and all my Miami Hurricane friends. I mean, I don't really have a lot of Indiana friends. I don't even know too many people that went to Indiana. I know some, and I'm excited for them. I think this is going to be so much fun. But we can talk about the national championship all day, and we'll come back to it just before we sign off. But there was a couple other things going on today, and that we found out is Dante Moore is coming back to Oregon this
Yep.
season, and I think that was a pretty smart decision. What about you, Michelle? Do you think that
I
was smart for him?
absolutely agree. I mean, why leave now when if you were
Mhm.
already projected to be what a top pick,
Yeah.
he can come back to school. He can work on his craft. He didn't win. He didn't win. He didn't win the game. He didn't get to the championship. I'm sure that's what he wanted to do, and I
Mhm.
think he probably feels like they may have an opportunity to do that. But you have a couple of quarterbacks in this draft. I mean, you have Mendoza, who's going to overshadow everything. He's
Of
still, if
course.
he's that high already now, provided he has no injuries and he doesn't just flat out bust the season, he'll still be the top pick next year and he'll be better. He'll be better at quarterback. He'll have more
Hmm.
experience. He can still make as much money, tons of money, probably more than he's going to make as a rookie this season and next season in college. I just think it just makes more sense to go back
Agree.
and get some more skills. Learn a little bit more. Don't rush it. It's no rush
It's
because
literally no rush.
it's literally no rush. I don't think his value or his stock is going to drop. Again, he has to have an awful season to do that, and it still may not drop that far. So I thought it was a great
Exactly.
decision.
I thought it was a smart idea too, and I saw some stats saying that he's only really played in 20 games, which is fine. That's great, but let's get some more in there and be able to
Mhm.
handle different situations and be able to really progress and make bigger strides and just get some more experience under your belt because the teams that he will be going to are going to need that help. And so, because you're not number one because you were the best team. You're number one because you suck, right?
Until the
Let's be
circumstance
honest.
warrants them. Right. You get in the NFL, They do it the way it's
Mhm.
supposed to be done. The worst team is going to get the top draft pick, and
Yep.
that's what happens. And maybe he just left because he didn't want to play for the Raiders. Who knows? But no, just kidding. I'm just kidding because if it's me, it doesn't
Exactly.
matter which team it is. I need to go because if you're supposed to be the difference maker, you may be the one that take them where they need to go.
Exactly. And even if you're just a small part, you are still a part of making that team's turnaround. And that's what they are focusing on right now. Um, So I think it was a very smart idea. Get some more experience and play well. And also, I saw this in the transfer portal as well. Um, Dylan Raiola, Nebraska's quarterback from last year,
Hmm.
he transferred to Oregon, thinking, I'm sure, that Dante Moore was going to be going to the draft. And he
Yep.
got some bad advice because now he's back. And what's he going to do? He's going to sit and probably not play and not get the time that he would have gotten at Nebraska.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things to think about when you are transferring, when you're hitting that portal. And the people that are talking to you, you really got to know these things. So,
AKA Patrick Mahomes. That's what I call. I mean, this
yeah,
guy. Yeah, that's the Mahomes lookalike.
yes, exactly. The Mahomes, I don't want to say copycat, but
He has it all
inspiration.
down to the T, the haircut, everything.
Exactly. Exactly. He does. That's his inspiration. That's that's
That's
his
probably
mentor.
yeah. Yeah, that's going to
So
be a
yeah,
sticky situation. And I don't know the rule. I don't believe he can transfer again. He just transferred in, so that's tough.
exactly. I That's tough. I mean, these kids are gonna learn and it sucks and I kind of feel bad in a way, but also you have to do what you feel you need to do, but you also have to look at what else could happen and how sure were they that Dante was gonna leave, and
He didn't.
who
He
gave
never
him
got
that
an
advice.
agent, so you know.
Hmm.
Um, then that's you have to look at that because that means that he can always come back, and he did.
Exactamundo.
And what about let's talk about Marcus Freeman and what's going on there with him and this battery case that he has with this high school wrestling coach.
Oh, yes.
Hmm.
Yes, I think was it that the coach said something to his kid and he got physical with his kid and he um kind of stuck it or stepped in to be like, don't touch my kid.
Yeah,
Was that
something like that. He Marcus. They said he allegedly intervened and made physical contact with the coach while walking through the
hmm
doorway. Now it probably was a
hmm
bump, but
yes.
who knows
Yes.
what it was? Unless they have some video of it. He may
I
come.
think
He may,
that's probably the only thing that's saving this situation is there was no video or there is no video or if there is a video it's not been circulated because I think if that were the case and it happened the way I've seen it being described was that he didn't really do too much. Marcus Freeman didn't do too much, that it was kind of blown out of proportion. So I think that's the only thing that's kind of saving us right now.
Yeah, I don't think he did too much. I think that whoever some of these people are still mad that they elected not to play in these bowls. Who knows? I mean, you have a big college, high paid college coach, and I'm a high school wrestling coach, and you get in my face, and all I have to do is say you assaulted me, and it's all over the news. We don't know what
Exactly.
happened, but we don't know what happened. So, you know, I
Exactly.
doubt they
And
were. I
Notre
doubt
Dame,
they were out there throwing blows.
I highly doubt that. Now that definitely would have had some footage, but Notre Dame backed him 1,000% and right away. So you know that sometimes these, like you said, these coaches, these other, just these people just kind of want to get in and see what they can do and see if they can rile up and see what, trouble they
See
can
what they can
cause.
get. Yep.
And especially, yeah, some people are still mad at Notre Dame for not choosing to play in the bowl game, which I think that's going to continue to happen. And so just get used to it. Sorry.
I mean, I disagree with their some of their comments with regards to the ACC, being that your football team is not in the ACC. So I didn't understand that, but I have no problems with them not playing in a meaningless bowl game. I really don't. I mean, if you have a college playoff championship and a series, that is what you're playing for. You're not playing
Right.
to go to some bowl that just to get a trophy. That's basically what it is,
Exactly.
because those bowls don't mean anything like they did before. You didn't have the playoffs. You didn't have that
Hmm.
championship. So I get it. How does it benefit them playing in it? It benefits other people more than it benefits them playing in that bowl.
Agree.
And
Agree.
then
And,
half the players don't play because they're trying to go draft. So,
hmm,
I have no problem with that decision for any team that decides that they don't want to go to the bowl.
yeah,
It's,
exactly.
it's, it's
And,
similar to not making the NCAA tournament and you go play in the NIT. The
that's
not,
that's essentially
it's
what
the,
those other bowls have become, like the
yeah, it's
NIT.
the NIT. Yeah, not invited tournament, as I call it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I mean, it's the same thing. You
Hmm.
get a trophy and you can win, but what are you winning exactly?
Nothing.
Yeah.
And, if you need extra tape or something like that, either one, it can wait till next season, or two, it'll happen at either like a pro day or you can have scouts come and visit you, something like that,
And
So why risk all that just to, have other people come see you? You can do private workouts, all those things.
they've had 11 games, 12 games to see them. Is one more game is not
Exactly.
going to make a
One more
difference.
aim and it
They
don't make
played
that
the
much of a
entire
difference.
season at that point. And I get it for some of the smaller schools, they don't have an opportunity to get into the playoffs. So
Mhm.
yes, that bowl may be good for them. But we have what, 8 and 8 teams, and I mean teams that are barely over 500 playing in bowl games. Like, it's getting to be too much. And so I think that once you started the playoffs, you already knew that that was going to eliminate or downplay the meaning of these bowl games. And so I think other people may do that, but everybody's not Notre Dame. They're not in the
Right.
conference, and Notre Dame stands alone. So I get what they said, what they were saying, and what they were doing.
Agree.
They're
Agree.
going to be
Agree.
blackballed. No, I was joking.
They won't.
The other
No,
conferences
they
are going to
won't.
retaliate.
Mm,
So they have to be
mm.
ready for that too, because you got to get those teams on your schedule. So we'll see how that
That is
goes.
true. That is true.
Because if you don't get any top teams on your schedule, that's going to prevent you from making it in too. See,
Hmm. Hmm. They're gonna be like, you didn't beat anybody, and they probably really wouldn't have if they don't. All right, if people
right?
just
Because
kept.
they don't belong to a conference. So you'll see.
Exactly, they will see. And Kristen asks yet another good question: is next year's draft low on elite quarterbacks? Now, next year meaning like this season. This
After the next,
quarterback class is not the best, but then if he stays, potentially you could have Dante Moore. You could have oh gosh, who am I thinking? Arch Manning. You could have um Justin Sayin. And then, yep, 2027. Thank you, Kristen.
yep,
So you could have Justin Sayin, and then you can have the quarterback from South Carolina. Big Red, where are you? But yeah, you could
sellers,
potentially have those
sellers,
four.
yeah, yep,
Yeah,
sellers.
sellers. Yep,
Mhm.
you can have those four right there. And those are going to be some sought after candidates if they decide to come out, especially if Arch Manning has a great season next season. Yeah,
But
they're going to
he'll
be,
be top of the list. I don't
he's
think
going to be.
Arch may. I don't know. He may leave. He may not. We'll see.
We'll see. But he'll definitely, whenever he decides to come out, if he comes out 2027, then he's
Right, it's Manning. So yeah.
exactly. And he's going to go to the team that he wants to go to, that his family wants him at. So keep that in mind as well, because we saw what happened with Eli. So please expect that to happen to Arch as well. So
Yep,
don't be surprised. Just be ready now.
I can see it.
Hmm. I can. And he is a Manning. That's what they're going to do. They're going to make sure he gets in the best spot. So
Well,
there's that.
kudos to Arch Manning because he ended his season after everybody talked trash, including us, dogged him. But
Hmm.
we did say, and we all said he just needs time. You guys are rushing it. Let him play and let him get his time in, and then let's see what
Yeah.
he has. You guys want him to be great the first time he gets on the court on the field. He needed time. He got time. Everybody backed off of him and left him alone, and then he started playing great. You notice how that happened? Everybody
Yeah.
everybody was down on him. They moved on and started talking about other people, and then he started playing great.
Hmm. And he looked really good in Citrus Bowl against Michigan. And he can do what his uncles can't. He could run. He could run that ball.
Yep,
So he's gonna be good if he keeps developing that skill and just overall being just developing and improving, he's
yep,
going to be a threat. He's
yep.
going to be a problem.
You
So
love to see it.
you do love to see it. You
Yep.
do love to see it. Oh my goodness, so cool. And then let's see who else. I think, oh, the only thing that I know that who went to from Michigan, well, there's a couple people that transferred out of Michigan, but Justice Haynes, one of our really good running backs from last year, went to Georgia Tech or is going to Georgia Tech. So there's that. Oh well, it happens, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I just the transfer portal and transferring and changing teams so much is like wild. So I don't really pay attention too much in the off season because lots of rumors. It can get overwhelming, especially
Yep.
in college, because there's so many programs, so many kids. And then sometimes it's just like a lot of these smaller second and third string type players and stuff like that that kind of move around. I usually don't figure it out until a couple weeks before the season as everybody is settled in in their spot. And it's like, okay, who do we have? Who came
Yep.
where? All that good stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to keep
So,
up. There's so many of them. So yeah, you got to have a tracker
mhm.
and get you a board and put them all under there.
Like a
Excel sheet,
draft.
a nice Excel sheet, and then you can follow everybody and see where they went. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a lot. It's a lot. But anyways, y'all, it has been another great show. I'm so excited for Michelle. She gets to go to the Natty. She's gonna watch her team. It's gonna be so much fun. Lisa, where are you? It's everybody's night. They're
I
getting
know.
ready. They're getting ready for the game. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for you. Good luck. Have a great game. I hope they do well. I hope they win just for you and Lisa. And no injuries. I hope
I know.
it, it's gonna
Just
be. What do you think the score is gonna be? Give
oh
me a
man,
prediction.
if I got to pick a score, let's see. Oh man, I'm gonna say the score is gonna be 23 to
Ooh.
25. The U 25
Okay.
3.
Okay. I have it close. I have it close. I was gonna say like 28-24 Canes.
Okay, that sounds good.
28-24 Canes. I think that's what we're working with. It's gonna be close, Kristen. It's gonna be close. I
At
think
least that's
regardless
what
of
we're
who
hoping,
wins,
Chris. I don't care what it is, as long as we on top.
exactly. When the clock strikes zero, as long as y'all are on
I'll
top, there
take
you
2-0, and I'll be happy.
go.
One
That would be such
safety
a
the
fun
whole
game.
game. I'll be
The whole
excited.
game.
Yep.
Thank you. Well, good luck. Have so much fun. Take pictures. Have all the fun that you can. Even I hope you get down on the field. I hope you get down on the field.
Oh, I'm not, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be in the stadium.
Understand, understand. All right, friends. Well, we will see you next week as we wrap up the 2025 college season. Can't wait. See y'all later. Be safe. Have a good weekend. Bye, everybody.
See you, Kristen. Peace.